I'm utterly confused and underwhelmed. It was all wrong in a way that it normally isn't. It's like they did it different, but it's still wrong. How they did it actually was better how they used to do it with the reunions. When they kind of followed like a Bad Girls Club reunion format, which is they normally bring out everyone who lasted to the end first, like right away. Maybe they'll do a little behind the scenes stuff. Normally that happened like when Tanisha started hosting, because otherwise it's just starting with whoever's hosting it and then they bring the girls out, and it's pretty orgasmic in a way, the way that they do it, because it's just an audience clapping and there's just endless names, and then there's like a runway walk. It's a reunion. So that's how all reality TV reunions pretty much go. The person's hosting. Maybe there'll be like an intro of everything that happened and everything that's gonna happen during the like first minute or couple minutes of the reunion. Maybe a little behind the scenes as far as just like a montage of them saying that they're gonna get their licks back and whatever it is, and beef that they have to address, and that's it. And then the person is on the stage who's hosting. The audience claps, greets them. I know there's no audience for Baddies, because they probably don't have the licensure or something to do that, or the venue to do that. Anywho, but still the person who's hosting would come out. Then they bring out, just in this like runway walk sort of way, everyone who made it to the end. So they should have brought out E.T., Rolly, Biggie, Mariah Lynn. No, maybe not even Mariah Lynn, because she got into like a fight. So like Biggie, Taseki, Sky, Camilla. I know some people who might be a bigger name, like the star of the season, they'd either be called out first and take their seat next to the host, or be brought out in like this grand way later, such as Sukihana. Sapphire should have come out separately, but I know Sukihana and Sapphire are some kind of thing, so they probably come out together. And then they'd bring out like Mariah Lynn, because that would be a good way to discuss what happened with Mariah Lynn and Suki. And they could organize to have Mariah Lynn come out a little bit before Suki, or vice versa. And then they could bring out T and say, what happened with you? Since she didn't stay, she shouldn't be on the stage that long. Why is she on the stage from the very beginning? She was barely participating. Yes, we might like T, but she needs about like, if there is 2 parts, she needs to come out in part 2. And they just talk to her really quick as like a filler and then move on. If revisit what happened with her and E.T. If E.T. and her want to fight because of that, have that fight happen, squash it and then move on to something even bigger. Maybe then bring out Suki and talk to Mariah Lynn. Have Mariah Lynn come out, bring out T later. Either bring out Suki and Sapphire first, because they technically made it to the end, and they're, I guess, kind of important, like externally important, I guess. So have them just claim their seat next to Nene or Natalie from the very beginning. When Mariah comes out, they can either storm Mariah or let Mariah sit, and that's it. Or vice versa. Mariah comes out, and then Suki and Sapphire can come out later because they want to be grand. And then as soon as they come on the stage, they can storm Mariah, if that's what they want to do. Or they take their seat next to Natalie and Nene, because apparently whoever sits closest to the host is the one who means the most. I don't know why they have T there yet. I don't know why E.T. and Rolly came out later, but in the first part, but together. It's like, are they a thing? Like, why are they coming out together? Because E.T. was scared. I see she got her teeth fixed. So it's like what I said about her in her review video about her teeth and how I didn't like her smile and she looks horrible and everything. She knew that herself, because she fixed her teeth. Or she at least put dentures in, because she was talking a little funny, like funnier than usual. But she came out scared. She slipped between the chairs. I think she's trying to copy off of like Krishan and like sneak people, but still try and beat them out. So if you have to sneak Natalie, something's wrong with you, because ET snuck Natalie. For some reason, she came out with Rolly. They don't have really any beef to address as far as the show. If they have beef outside of the show to address after the show aired, that's something that should be uncovered during the reunion, not having come out later, because they should have come out first during the roll call from as soon as 𝕊𝕊 sat down. 𝕊𝕊 needs to be like, okay, we're gonna bring out ET, we're gonna bring out Rolly, and then everyone claps. You know, I know there's no audience, but they can clap for each other. ET and Rolly should have been out because they made it to the end, and you know they're not like that important. They're just cast members at this point. They don't have anything to address during the show because they licked Natalie's ass the whole show. They were in the main house. They were on the private jet. They had their fights, but pretty much lost because they were either petty or snuck, or they just lost. So they should have just brought ET and Rolly out. I did not like that they had ET and Rolly come out, and then they only called them out because someone was like, "Where's ET and Rolly? What's taking them so long?" Like it wasn't some organized thing. Like they just brought them out because people were like, "Where are they?" Unless that was some kind of poor transition into bringing them out. No idea what that was about, but the only beef they seem to have had, ET has some kind of beef with Natalie. We'll figure that out later. Then everything else seems to be external, like talking about Twitter stuff that happened after the show finished. That's none of our business. It's just this first part I'm talking about just is disorganized, which had me sitting there confused. I was so confused. Yes, they did listen, and they did not do behind the scenes makeup. The only time they were in the trailer was because a big, I wouldn't say fight happened. 𝕬𝕬 fought herself because she's Smiley and she's kind of different. I don't know about crazy, but she's different. She's definitely different. And she fought herself. She made herself bleed. And other than that, so already that was disappointing because I thought Biggie made her bleed, but no. Biggie can't make anyone bleed at this point. Biggie can't hurt a fly. She uses her voice and her weight to her benefit at this point. I see that. Other than that, yeah, they skipped right to the drama, and I was like, okay, we're halfway through and they're already bringing girls out, and they kind of came like roaches, like a crumb. The way they came to the stage, it was like just from random corners. I don't even think they were coming from the same doorway. It's like they were just meeting in the middle or something like this. They just all kind of crept on the stage from like different parts. It was just weird. From what I remember, it wasn't organized. And T is just sitting there, and that's why what's her name? You know, I can't even remember her name right now. She wants to be Rihanna. She's the host. She looks like Norman. You know Norman, like what's his name? Norman, gosh, he has alopecia. Norman Freeman. I'm gonna have to put a photo up. But the host looks like Norman Freeman / like wannabe Rihanna. Not to insult her, but I can't unsee it. She literally looks like Norman Freeman, but she talks like Rihanna. Why don't they just have Norman Freeman host the show at this point? Because Norman Freeman wouldn't let that go down. Anyways, so she was like, T, you're quiet over there. No, T is not quiet. They just have her sitting there for no reason. That's also why you want to be organized with how you bring the girls out, because otherwise someone's just going to be sitting there. That's why T had to address. She made a video before the reunion even aired, and I just saw like a couple minutes because, you know, there's only so much of that I can take. Her videos are obviously better than mine. She was just saying this thing over and over again. It seems like when I stopped watching, because I think I got what I needed to get, which was she was saying she didn't do her big ones on the reunion. She was just kind of sitting there, and because she was saying this video talking about the reunion on her channel, on her YouTube channel. Well, I wasn't really myself, and blah blah blah, and I was myself, but I like wasn't myself, and I was like, okay, that's enough of that. because apparently she's trying to just let us know she has no major part in the reunion. Partly that's the good thing. There's no beef or nothing. So good for her. But at the same time, that's also because they had her sitting there for a long time for no reason. So yeah, it was disorganized. And then they didn't even address everything. So normally they did something in the water and then they have people address the next thing. So she'll be like, okay, well then that's it. There's nothing to say there. I think we're just gonna move on. Okay, next. These girls, that's normally how they do it. But this time it was like, they were still trying to get Anna and Scotty to talk about why they fought. You know, that was really annoying. Anna does so much. She's so annoying. But then while Anna's like explaining her something, Anna was talking about this video about Krishan, saying how she said that Krishan looks slow. And we were just about to find out what the issue was, because they were like, well, why you guys have a problem? Is something going on? I think Scotty had defended Krishan because Krishan was in some video, like some throwback video, and Anna commented on it saying that she looks slow. So they played the video that Anna was commenting on, and then instead of saying, is that what you guys are talking about? Is that it? Because I'm kind of confused too. I made a review saying I don't know what her beef was with Scotty. And then because Krishan's on the screen, so now they skip to Taseki and talk about, so what's going on with you, Taseki? So Taseki has this 5 to 10 minute situation with her. And then they move on from that. So it's like we never figured out what Anna and Scotty are like fighting about. Why did y'all put the video up? But they use that as a segue to Taseki. That makes absolutely no sense. So now they're going on to Taseki. So now I'm sitting there like, wait, we almost got to the juice of the Anna and Scotty situation. We could have did that, and we're like, oh, okay. So I'm interpreting that Scotty defended Krishan, and Anna didn't like that because they never discussed why they put the video on the screen. They just skipped to Taseki because they were like, how do you feel about your sister? It's like, what? Why'd you use it as a segue? I don't get it. We were trying to figure out why Anna and Scotty are fighting. We didn't even hear them say that the beef is done or that they're going to move on. They literally just mid-explanation moved on to Taseki. And then they moved on to, honestly, someone else. Like, I can't even remember. I think it might have been T. And because they were like, T, you're really quiet. And T's like, what am I supposed to say? I'm letting them talk. And then they said something about T and Scotty has something going on. That didn't even really get resolved. And I know it didn't because I can't really even remember how they segued to bringing out E.T. and Rolly. So like, but then the first half of it was the Biggie and what's her face, Smiley situation, and a little bit of behind the scenes. So that was a whole 45 minutes of stuff. And none of it made any sense. And it's just all over the place. No one's ugly on the outside, at least. But no one looked good. They have Sky out there for no reason, but Sky should have been out there from the beginning because she did last to the end, whatever the end is, because this show is so ridiculous. Like, what even is the end? To be honest, it would have been better if she wasn't a cast member because she was too motherly and madam, like retired madam, and mother for me, and just fake cheer captain, and not that attractive, looking a little elderly. Like if Sade was like a thought in prison. That's what Sky looks like. And she would have been better as maybe just like a sub-host, not a full run on this show. She's also kind of old, isn't she? I don't know. Saya doesn't seem to be there, which makes sense. Well, Vicky doesn't seem to be there, which makes sense. So T shouldn't have been there, but I guess T was like a fan request, but what's the point of her being there if she's just gonna sit there? Not looking forward to the next episode, but I'm not banging on the table like, bring me reunion part 2, bring me reunion part 2. Like, I don't care. I don't even subscribe to series. I catch the shit when someone else puts it up. That's it. So I'll see it when I see it.